The cobbles of Weatherfield are once again a battleground of secrets, suspicions, and emotional confrontations as Carla Connor finds herself unable to shake her growing mistrust of Becky Swain. With family dinners, police drama, missing persons, and surprise returns, Coronation Street is set to deliver a jam-packed week of twists that will leave viewers on the edge of their seats. When Betsy Swain innocently announces that her mother, Becky, is coming for lunch, Carla forces herself to play the part of the supportive fiancée. But her polite smile hides a storm of doubt. Ever since Becky's shocking return from the dead, Carla has struggled to accept her story, suspecting there's more to her reappearance than meets the eye. As the family sits down to eat, tension boils over when Becky reaches across the table and cheekily tries to steal a forkful of Lisa's food straight from her plate. While Becky brushes it off as playful and lighthearted, Carla's reaction says it all. Her face tightens, her body stiffens, and it becomes clear she is far from comfortable. Becky insists that she just wants some normality back in her life after years away. But Carla is no longer willing to sit silently. With her voice shaking with anger, she declares that Becky's idea of normal is anything but, and that it's obvious what Becky really wants. The atmosphere sours instantly as Carla lashes out, calling Lisa and Becky deluded before storming out of the house. Shaken and unwilling to bottle up her feelings any longer, Carla heads straight to the police station where she seeks out Kit Green. Unloading the weight of her suspicions, Carla confides that she simply doesn't believe Becky's story of why she disappeared and stayed hidden for years. In Carla's eyes, Becky's version of events doesn't add up. Carla's words are blunt and cutting. She believes Becky is hiding something far more sinister and urges Kit to keep a close eye on her. But the question remains, does Kit feel the same unease? Or is Carla's distrust simply the product of jealousy and fear of losing Lisa? As Kit listens, viewers are left wondering whether he will take Carla's suspicions seriously, or whether Becky's web of mystery is about to tighten further. Elsewhere on the cobbles, Todd Grimshaw is plagued with guilt after a fiery row with Theo the night before. With emotions running high, Theo stormed out and has not been seen since. Todd's initial irritation turns to panic when Theo's absence stretches into the following day. Matters escalate when Jake wanders into the cabin and casually hands Brian Packham a mobile phone he claims to have found. The phone turns out to be Theo's. The discovery rocks Todd to his core, and when Brian breaks the news, Todd is left reeling. Has something terrible happened to Theo, or is there another explanation for his sudden disappearance? With the phone now in Brian's hands and no sign of Theo, the stage is set for a tense search and a devastating truth that could turn Todd's world upside down. Meanwhile, Kit finds himself juggling more than just Carla's suspicions. At the station, he is called into an interview room where he discovers Bethany Platt waiting anxiously. The young woman admits she has landed herself in a heap of trouble. After quitting her job in London, she borrowed her boss's car without asking and drove it all the way back to Manchester. The reckless decision has now led to accusations of car theft. Kit must decide how to handle the situation. Should Bethany be treated as a criminal, or is she just a lost soul looking for a way home? Bethany is desperate for his help, but the mess she's created is far from simple. Bethany later opens up to Sarah Platt, confessing that she quit her job because she knew she was about to be pushed out. Instead of waiting for the axe to fall, she left on her own terms. But her bigger revelation is even more explosive. She's back in Weatherfield for good. Sarah listens, torn between relief to have her daughter home and concern over the chaos she's already caused. But the bombshell doesn't end there. How will Daniel Osborne react to the news of Bethany's permanent return? With their past history, Daniel could find his carefully rebuilt life shaken to its foundations. Over at the Allahan household, Asha Allahan is hiding her emotions behind a brave face. She assures her father, Dev, that she made the right choice by retracting her complaint. But as she delivers her words with quiet conviction, it's clear that deep down, she is still wrestling with doubt. Asha's attempt to appear strong could mask the pain of compromise, and it remains to be seen whether this decision will come back to haunt her. In lighter scenes, Glenda Shuttleworth takes a more strategic approach to her latest dilemma by drawing up a list of Christina's pros and cons. Hoping to evaluate whether Christina is a positive influence or a negative presence, Glenda scribbles down her thoughts. But the plan backfires spectacularly when Christina herself appears mid-discussion. Spotting the paper, she snatches it straight out of Glenda's hand, leaving George wincing and Glenda caught red-handed. This upcoming week of Coronation Street promises a perfect blend of drama, heartache, and surprises. Carla's doubts about Becky threaten to tear apart her relationship with Lisa. Todd faces the terrifying prospect of Theo's disappearance, and Bethany's dramatic return is set to stir up the Platt family once again. With Asha struggling silently and Glenda clashing with Christina, every corner of Weatherfield is brimming with conflict. One thing is certain: as secrets unravel and suspicions grow, the Cobbles have never been more explosive.